It's time for Kitchen Quiz! The 4th of July is coming up fast. And here in the USA, it's one of the most popular celebration days of the year, often including amazing food. So, we're inviting you to join us for the hashtag Fireworks of Food 2020 video collaboration.
Hey everybody, GT here from GT's Barbecue. I'm involved in a collaboration this 4th of July season with my friends over at Kitchen Queers, and it's called Fireworks of Food 2020. A bunch of YouTube cooks are going to get together. They're going to create some dishes that they like to serve during 4th of July gatherings. And the choice I've made is my smoked barbecue baked beans. So I'm going to get this started up. It's really simple. It's really easy. It's not a recipe I've ever shared with anyone before, but it's one of the few that I actually created on my own. So stay tuned. I'll be right back and we'll get this started. Okay, all of these ingredients can be found in a traditional grocery store or certainly one of your local food service stores. I have a large can here of just regular old Bush's baked beans. This is a little over 7 pounds. I have a standard 9-ounce package of beef chorizo. Find that anywhere. 1 medium white onion. I just have some regular old Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce. I'm going to use about a cup of that. And I'm going to blend that with a little bit of Kosmo's Q's pineapple habanero rib glaze. And I like the Killer Hogs The Barbecue Rub for this. It has a nice barbecue flavor. This is what I'm going to use. Sorry, Uncle Steve. I'm going to cheat on you here a little bit. And then just some chili powder. So we'll get this all assembled. It's really easy to do. You're going to love it. It's delicious. And it's a great thing to serve on the 4th of July. So stay tuned. I'll be back here in a second. We'll get started. Okay, let's get this onion chopped up here for our smoked barbecue baked beans. Get this started. Going to go ahead and cut off the top. Both of these. I find it's much easier to cut these in half first. Much easier to peel. And I always like to leave a little bit of the root end on, and that holds everything together. So we can chop it up real fine. Let's get some of this out of the way here. And then I like to just start on the edge, and I usually angle in and just kind of go across, change my angle to kind of match the onion. Like so. Going to go down through. Obviously a sharp knife helps. And I like to chop these pretty fine. In some things I like to leave the onion pieces bigger, but for this I want the beans to be more the star. And just some of these subtle flavors. Sorry, I'm reaching in front of you there. So now we have this cut this way. Now we're just going to turn around and just like so. You're going to have some pretty small pieces. Like so, look at that. And those are going to render down when I saute them. And you'll have the flavor, but you're not going to have these big onion chunks in there. About like that. So I'll go ahead and get the other half of this done, and I'll be right back. We'll get the rest started. Stay tuned. Okay, so I've got our onions looking perfect. Now I'm going to add in our chorizo. And again, this is a recipe as far as I know, I invented. I used to like to put hamburger in my barbecue beans, and I still do. But I did this a couple of weeks ago for the fire department, and I got a lot of positive feedback. So I am going to drain this once it's done. Chorizo really has a lot of grease in it, but the flavor is crazy. And what I really like about it is it just melts completely into the beans, and you really can't even tell there's meat in it. So it's really just pure flavor. So I'm going to saute this in some more with the onions. Stay tuned. I'll be back in a bit and we'll add the beans. Okay, I've sauteed this probably for 7 or 8 minutes, and as you can see, the onions have almost completely disappeared, and the meat just turns into kind of a paste, honestly. But there's a lot of grease in here, so I'm going to go over here really quickly. And just do a quick drain. I don't want to get all of that grease out of there, but I want to get some of it out because it's pretty strong and I don't really need it. So I just go like so. Give this a shake, shake, shakeroo, and then I just put it right back in the pan. So let's get it back over on the stove. Now we're going to get to building our smoked baked beans. So again, I have this large can of baked beans, just regular old Bush's beans. I'm going to pour in here like so. Start to stir this in. And I still have my stove on medium low, but I'm not going to cook it on here. Pretty much everything in here is already cooked. You could technically eat it now. But what we want is to get this out on the smoker and let some of that beautiful applewood smoke just blend in with this. So there's the beans and the meat part, but now we want some barbecue flavor. So I'm going to put a cup. In this case, I just used regular old barbecue sauce from the store, just like that. And now I'm going to add a half a cup of the Kosmo's Q pineapple habanero rib glaze. And this is what gives it that kind of a crazy secret ingredient. Holy cow, what is that? It's sweet. It's a little bit hot, but not too hot. We're going to fold that in, and that's what's going to get the barbecue part of this whole thing going. And I'm also going to add a tablespoon of my Killer Hogs The Barbecue rub in here. You could use whatever rub you want. I really find this has a perfect color, and it has a nice blend of spices, and it just, I don't know. All I can say is this is always a big hit whenever I make it. And to that I add 1 teaspoon of just plain old chili powder. And I'm going to let this simmer on low for probably about 10 minutes just to let the flavors start to blend. Then I'm going to pour it in a half pan, get it out on my smoker, and we're going to smoke it for 2 hours and let this thing just get crazy good. So stay tuned. I'll be back here in a little bit and we'll put it out on the smoker. Okay, I've got the Rectech set on low, which is about 180 degrees. I did put this half pan on a baking sheet because for one thing, this is a lot of liquid. It's kind of heavy, and for another, it may boil over a little. So we're going to get this going. We're going to stir it about every 30 minutes for about 2 hours, and then we'll bring it inside, and it's going to be awesome. Okay, so I've had Angus running on low. It's about 183 degrees. It's the first 30 minutes, and all we're doing is you can kind of see the smoke rolling through here. I'm just going to stir in some of that smoke. It kind of accumulates on the top. I'm not going to make you watch all of these checks, but every 30 minutes over 2 hours, I'm going to go ahead and stir this smoke in, and this is going to be some of the best barbecue baked beans you've ever tasted. I guarantee it. Stay tuned. We'll be back in a bit. Okay, it's been a total of 2 hours. I've been stirring this every 30 minutes. You can kind of see that smoke accumulate on the top, and every time I roll that in, it's getting thicker and more delicious. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm going to take this inside, let it cool down for a sec, take a quick bite. Okay, this is my entry into the Fireworks of Food 2020 collaboration. Make sure you click on the hashtag below, hashtag Fireworks of Food 2020. Mitch and Philip, thank you so much for inviting me into this collaboration. This you can almost kind of see the glisten of the smoke on top of these beans. Take a little taste-a-roo. Telling you, you take these to a 4th of July picnic or any picnic, there's this subtlety of flavors that the barbecue sauce and especially the rib glaze adds that no one's ever going to have tasted before. So add as much spice as you want, worth little. Delicious, absolutely perfect. As always, stay safe. Please like and subscribe if you're so inclined, and we'll see you next time.